Hi everyone, it's Beth from Be Styled. I think I'm live. I'm trying to be live. Facebook changed everything. Um, Everything since the last time I went live, but it looks like I'm live. If I am, say hello, and if you're here, sorry I didn't give anyone any notice. I didn't even give myself notice. Very impromptu, but sometimes you just got to do it. I haven't gone live in a long time. I've got a house full of men, boys, dogs that bark, boys that are in and out, causing the dogs to bark. It's a zoo here, and there's no end in sight. And there's a dog. Anyway, I'm going to try to ignore him. Anyway, I'm coming to you live to say hello to my favorite people. I'm in the private Just Get Dressed Facebook group, and I wanted to walk you through my morning routine because I wrote a post about it last week, and I decided I'm going to actually take you through it, in case you missed the post or you just want the live version of what I do in the morning. And the reason I find my morning routine to be so important, I was thinking of an analogy. If anyone ever read or heard about there's a general who wrote a book called Make Your Bed or Just Make Your Bed. It's a popular book to give to college, high school graduates especially. And in a nutshell, he talks about the importance of starting your day by making your bed. Because at the end of the day, no matter what has happened during the day, what's been good, what's been bad, you come back into your room and there's your made bed, and you know you've at least accomplished that. Now, I don't even put making my bed into my morning routine because it's so automatic for me, and my guess is it's automatic for most of you. Either you or your husband or somebody makes their bed every day. If you don't, no, shame in that. But I didn't want that. To me, it's just comes so automatically. I don't even put it as one of my 8 steps. But the concept is the same, because if I do my morning routine, which I'm going to lay out for you, then no matter what happens during the day, the dog barking during my live video, the tree in the front yard that my kids, my husband and boys are all out cutting down to get out of the yard, things like that, dogs that are sick and need medicine every 2 hours. No matter what happens during the day, at least I know I started the day doing something that's for me, that is relaxing, that helps me maybe move the ball forward in my life. That is just it's good. So if the rest of the day goes to hell in a handbasket, at least I had my morning routine done. And this is what it is. Okay. Again, I'm gonna ignore the dog. Maybe he'll go away. Okay. First, wake up an hour early. Whatever your normal time is, try to push it up an hour. Maybe you start out with a half hour. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a robot and wake up at the exact same time every day if that's not your style. If that's your style, that's great. It's not everybody. You've got to, all these things you've got to make work for you in your life. But carve out extra time. If it means less sleep, trust me, it's worth it. Get up early before everyone else, before the other people, before your husband even maybe, before your kids, definitely. That's not going to be hard. And even before your dogs, okay? So that's my first thing. Get up an hour early. Second thing, put a thing of water, 16 ounces of cold water next to your bed. This is a Yeti tumbler. I fill it the night before. It's still freezing cold the next morning, or cold enough. And I start chugging that water the minute I wake up. I brush my teeth, walk downstairs. I'm still drinking the water. I take my meds, my morning meds, vitamins and all that. Drinking my water. I finished this baby before I have that first cup of coffee. It is a deal I made with myself, and it's just make it a deal with yourself, and it's non-negotiable. Okay, that's number 2. This is easy so far, right? Okay. Number 3, you're gonna take your coffee, your tea, your hot water with lemon, whatever it is, something that you like to drink. At this point, we're going non-alcoholic, and you're going to go somewhere. You're not going to go to your desk where you work. You're not going to stay in your kitchen where there are dishwashers to empty, and your kids were up late leaving junk in the sink. You're going to go somewhere away from the fray. In my case, it's right in the room I'm in now. It is straight in front of me. There's a picture on the blog. It's nothing fancy. It's a little room that I put together. It has a little love seat and a couple pink chairs, and I sit in my love seat. The love seat looks out at the front yard and out the window. I think it's nice to have a window nearby because it's relaxing, and you can look at nature, you can look at the rain, you can look at the snow, you can look at birds, whatever. Okay, so you're going to go to your little nook. It could be in your bedroom closet, it could be in a bathroom, anywhere. It could be in your family room, like a little chair in the corner of your family room. But make it a designated spot that is for you. Put a special throw blanket or a special pillow, a special candle to make it special. And it's only for you. And if you can keep anyone else from sitting there, more power to you. Okay? That's not required though. Okay? And you're going to sit there. And what I do, and then from here, you're going to freestyle. You're going to design what works for you. But this is what I do. My first step is, and I am Christian, I'm Catholic, so this is religion. If you don't like, this is, I'm just throwing it out there. Everyone has their own thing. This is this book that I've talked about. It's called Jesus Calling. It has one day. The day is labeled for every day of the year, and it's just a wonderful little meditation. It's a devotional. It's basically Jesus talking to me. It's a message. It's beautiful, and it's always, whenever 9 times out of 10 I read it and I think, how did he know that's what I needed to hear today? Like, how did the date work out that I needed to hear about, this topic today? It's crazy. It's amazing. Takes 2 minutes. You can see how it's even large print. You can see, this is a long one. That's as long as it gets. This is probably considered long too. Some of them are much shorter. Okay? So that's maybe 2 minutes. My first step. Do what you want. Number 2, the next thing I do is I put my earbuds in. If you don't have these, I've resisted them for a while. These are magical little Apple AirPods, I don't know what they call them. They're great. I put them on. I open my meditation app. I have 2 that I use. One's called the Insight Timer, and one is called 10% Happier. I link them in the blog post that I will link here. Find the one you like. Don't meditate. Whatever it is. I just spend 2 minutes just breathing, sitting, meditating, praying, whatever it is. Maybe it's 5 minutes. Maybe you're a pro and you go 10 or 20 minutes. But I think it's helpful to kind of center yourself and get into the practice of just sitting and being alone in your thoughts, in your breathing, and just try that. I'm new at it. It's valuable. And you're not looking at your phone. You're not texting people. If you have to use your phone for the meditation app, you turn off everything else, put it aside, and do that. Okay? So that is number 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 4. Number 5 is I take out my journal, and I just use one with blank pages, and I just write. And sometimes I might use a prompt that I see somewhere. Other times I just write about my day the day before. Things I'm grateful for, things that went well, things that were awful, stories to share with my kids someday, grandchildren. I don't get too personal private. You could, because I do think I'd love for them to have this someday as sort of a chronicle of my life and whatnot. I spend like 5 minutes freestyle writing. No one's ever going to be able to read it anyway, my handwriting, but if somebody can, that's great. Okay, so at this point we're talking minutes. It's just 10, 15, 20 minutes I've spent at this point. And then my next step, I've lost track of numbers. If you're keeping track, let me know. After I write, I read. I always have a book going, and I spend 10 minutes maybe, sometimes more, sometimes less, read a chapter, read a couple pages. This is the book I'm reading right now that actually Carol just posted about in this group called The One Thing. But I read a book that's motivational. I'm a junkie for this personal development stuff. Read what you like to read. Maybe you're in the middle of a great novel. Read a novel. Read whatever, but just read. And it could be on a Kindle. It could be, you could even listen to a book if you're more of an audible person. But get into the habit of reading every day. And if you do it in the morning, then you've done it. Okay. And maybe read something that you want to learn about, as opposed to just strictly pleasure reading. Maybe do that at night, but do something that's going to kind of stretch your mind. Maybe you learn about something. Anything, all right? But read for 10 minutes is what I do next. Then my last 2, ideally, my goal is to do these next things directly in order. Sometimes I do these 2 things later in the morning, sometimes later in the day. But number 7 is exercise. I've, it's no surprise to any of you, but everyone knows 30 minutes a day minimum of moving your body. You pick the exercise, you pick what works for you pick when it works for you. But I would say that every single day, 7 days a week, holidays, every day, no, it doesn't matter. You got to move your body for a half an hour. I'm not saying you have to do a class, you have to lift weights, you have to, get all sweaty, but move your body for a half an hour intentionally. Not just the time you go to walk your dog for 10 minutes and half an hour of true walking. I mean, there are apps, walking apps you can listen to where they'll coach you through, speed up, slow down, but do something for 30 minutes. Yoga, walking, tennis, hitting a tennis ball against the wall, whatever it is, but true exercise for half an hour can be fun. Dance, whatever, you know the drill. Okay, for a half an hour. Maybe you're going to do more some days, maybe you're going to do less. No, you're never going to do less than a half an hour. Maybe you're going to do more some days. I would challenge you to do a half an hour of something every single day. Okay, last but not least, after you've exercised and maybe you're even going to take a shower, you're going to get dressed. All right, you're not going to get dressed up, you're not going to put on a suit, you're not going to get all dolled up unless you want to knock yourself out, but you're going to get dressed. You're not going to stay in your workout clothes all day, at least not every day. You're not going to, put on the same joggers, sweatpants, shorts, leggings, and a t-shirt or whatever t-shirt. You're not going to wear that same. If you're a leggings and a t-shirt girl, you're not wearing that every day. If you're a jeans and a button-down shirt every day, you're not going to wear that every day. You're going to put on a decent outfit every day, and I can help you with that. And I will help you with that. But put a little bit of thought into your outfit. It can be an athleisure look, but put some thought into it so you're not just throwing something on. Take the extra 30 seconds to put on a necklace, put on some earrings, put on some makeup and lip gloss. You will feel better. You'll have a better day. It will just snowball off your whole morning routine. You're going to get into a rhythm of, these are the things I do for myself every single day. And then from that point on, the rest of the day, who knows what's going to happen. Your kids are going to annoy you, your husband's going, whatever, but you're going to have done those things for yourself. And I guarantee you, I'm going to guarantee you, you will handle what life throws at you better if you take the half an hour, maybe it's an hour, at 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning or whatever time to do those things and to put yourself together for the day. You'll have a better day. Guarantee it. And life is tough right now. We're being thrown to a loop. We're on that Corona coaster. I feel like I've been on the for a couple days now, and I'm like, darn it, I'm gonna try to change the direction of this roller coaster. I can't change the things that are going on with the unknown of, are my kids going to be able to go to college in a month? Or is my high schooler going to have a senior year? Is my poor little puppy dog's esophagus going to close? All these things. Is my air conditioning ever going to get fixed? I can't control all those things, but I can control what I do for myself and how, and if I take better care of myself and do these little things, I will react better to those, curveballs that we are thrown. And my curveballs are puff balls. Believe me, they're like little puff balls. They're nothing, but someday it might be something bigger. And you got to lay the foundation so when the real hard stuff comes, you don't necessarily crumble. I mean, you might at first, but you've got the foundation to say, I can take care of myself and deal with whatever comes my way. All right? So that is my morning routine. That is the rationale behind my morning routine. And I would love to hear what you guys do. I bet knowing a lot of you and knowing the nature of this group and the fact that you're even in this group, I would guess you probably have a morning routine. And I would love to hear about it because I might want to, take some of your ideas and integrate them into mine. So I would love to just start a thread right under this video telling me, are there anything special that you do? I didn't invent this idea. If you Google morning routines, you can get all kinds of ideas. These are just after trying a bunch of different things, reading books. The Miracle Morning is how it all started. Thank you, Carol, who recommended that book. It's by Hal Elrod, I believe is how you say his name. The Morning Miracle is a great place to start if you're at a complete loss. I read that this past winter, I think, and that was how I got started. My morning routine, he has 6 things, I think. My morning routine is not exactly the same, but I draw from his ideas. But it's the concept, and it's having your own and making it your own. So I encourage you to try it. Try it, you'll like it. Okay? I want to see if anyone has any questions. Deb says hi. Hi, Deb. And Rebecca says hers might take 2 hours. Well, slow and steady wins the day. As somebody says, some famous motivational person said, something to the effect of, you win the morning, you'll win the day. And yeah, sometimes my morning routine takes, 2 hours. I think it was yesterday, I was in the middle of it, and, I think I was about to start meditating, and my son needed something. And now normally, I would say, I can't right now. But given the situation, and I was like, you know what? I need to be flexible here. I'm not going to have this morning routine make me like into this robot, like, everyone stop, mom's doing her morning routine, and she can't, the fact that he was even awake is a miracle. So whatever it was, I don't remember, I stopped. And then the dog had an issue, so that sidetracked me. But I kept coming back. And even if I didn't do all 8 things in a row, or as well as I like to, or as completely as I like to, I know the next day I can do it all over again, try again. And, nobody's grading me. No one's paying me to do it. It's not like it's part of my job. I'm doing it for myself. And, I'm the boss of me, right? Cheryl says she's such a routine person. Well, you know what? You're a high achiever. I would hazard to say that a lot of high achievers are routine people. And I'm trying to become more of a routine person. I'm desperately trying, because I can get very scattered. I mentioned this in my post on Carol's post today, and she's going to help me. And I'm talking to her at 2:30 about a collaboration together on this very topic, because she's a psychologist for one thing. She might even be a doctor of psychology. She's a smart cookie, and she is an expert in helping people develop routines and habits and motivate them to do that. So she's going to help me, and I'm thinking if she helps me, I can help you, and we can all tackle this together. And Cheryl, you can help us too. But Cheryl's routine takes a few hours. Well, and I guess especially with exercising, if you include the whole exercise into your morning routine, then you are going to be adding an hour to everything else. But I think it's those couple minutes of doing things where you're sitting in your own head. If you can add those, it's great. Lori said in the summer she throws her routine out the window. And don't we all? A lot of us do. A lot of stuff gets thrown out the window. In the summer, during a pandemic, things get thrown out of the window. And that's normal. But and it has happened to me. I mentioned this in the blog post. The week before last, or last week, I don't know. I didn't follow my morning routine, and I've noticed the impact it had on me. And I was like, aha! It does matter, because it impacted my mood, my energy, my motivation. I was like, bleh. And I was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, maybe it's that I'm just not waking up early. I'm not doing all the things. So even in the summer, even on Christmas Day, try to do it on Christmas Day, on, your birthday, on like the biggest, Jewish holiday where your whole family's coming and you're cooking, and, still do it. Do it. Maybe you do an abridged version, but you do it every single day. All right? If we can all commit to doing that, we'll be better than everybody else on the internet. I'm kidding. Do I have any other questions? Well, and yes, Cheryl has a puppy that dictates her routine. I feel like I have a newborn right now with my little puppy. Man, I got to do something to her every 2 hours, pretty much from 6 a.m. till 10 or 11 p.m. Every 2 hours she's on something. It's fun. She's worth it though. Man, it is hot. I got a lot of hair here. What else do we have, ladies? Anyone else have anything to add? I didn't give you any warning about this video, but it was, one of those things where I was like, you know what? Routine. I had started to do Thursday afternoons before the world came to an end in March, and I got off the wagon. Well, I'm trying to get back on. So you can look for me Thursday afternoons. You've heard it here first, around 1:30. I will in the future post a reminder. But I do like this chance to chat and talk. And I am working and planning on some things coming for fall. I wanted to just let you know that I have a really good idea of something for fall. It's going to be a little bit different than like a capsule wardrobe. It's going to be much more focused on recycling and using what you own and wearing what you own in new and different ways, and not buying a bunch of new stuff. Looking at what you bought last year this time during, say, the Nordstrom anniversary sale where everyone goes bananas. It's starting, I think, tomorrow. I'm not going to really cover it very big. I'll tell you that why later in a post. But the Nordstrom sale's coming. If you follow a lot of bloggers, you'll know, and you'll see all the great hot things that are going to all sell out anyway. But think of the things you maybe bought last year at the Nordstrom anniversary sale. Are they still, they were your favorite thing in the world a year ago when you had to have it. Chances are they're still good. They are still, they're still in style. Believe me, chances are they're still in style. Especially if you focused on, basics and, classic items. Wear them this fall. Don't go replacing them all and jamming new things in your closet. So I'm working on a major program that's going to it's going to give you the step-by-step way of doing this. It's not just a closet cleanse. You already have done your closet cleanse. I'm not going to teach you how to organize your closet. I'm going to teach you how to go through everything you own for the fall that you already own and figure out, do you keep it? Does it still serve you? Do you need it? Is it the right thing for you or not? And if it is, how are you going to wear it? How are you going to wear it in a new way instead of the same way that you wear it all the time? So that's just a little teaser for what's coming. Lest you think I'm not doing anything these hot summer days, I am. I'm working on some ideas for you. But the sales are coming. They're going to come on in strong. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it's that it has impacted retailers, and they are going to be marking things down afar. So be aware. You're going to see lots of ads. Lots of temptation. Let's keep our wits about us. I know it's hard. We're home all day on the computer. It's easy to click, shop, and jam it in the closet and never to be seen or heard from again. I don't want you to do that. I don't want to do that. I have been guilty of doing that. Amazon makes it really easy to do that. So consider this a little support group that's coming in the fall to keep ourselves from doing that. But not to just wear the same things and not, you can't buy anything, I'm on a spending freeze. No. If you need to buy things because you don't have what you need, then at least you'll do it with some direction and some input and not just click, buy. Okay? So that's coming soon. Stay tuned. But that's all I have for now. I hope we're still connected. It's just so hard with this new technology. It says we are. So I'm going to sign off. It looks like we're getting a big storm. It just got really dark outside. So looks like some thunder boomers are coming. Anyway, I hope wherever you are healthy. Please, God, I hope you're healthy and relatively well, psychologically, emotionally, physically. And if you haven't already, it is, I don't know what time Eastern. It is just almost exactly 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't already, you are to now go upstairs or downstairs or down the hall and just get dressed. Okay? And let me know that you did that in the comments below. All right? If you're catching this on the replay, you got to do it also. All right? And also let me know below anything about your morning routine that you think others might find helpful. And I would love to hear what you do. Okay? Mwah! Bye for now. See you next Thursday.